Last year, I got a call from a product manager asking if I could help rewrite an email for his CEO. The email was going out to more than 300,000 people, and I knew it would be an opportunity for me to win some work, so sounded like a good idea. The only problem was the email was going out in under an hour, and I was meeting with a friend from out of town that morning. Now, thankfully, my friend was running late, and I had my laptop, so I set up in the lobby, took 15 minutes, and rewrote the email. The product manager sent out both my email and the CEO's original email as an A/B test. A week later, I got a call from the product manager. Not only did my email get significantly more engagement, but it was the highest email engagement they'd ever seen at their company. I got hired shortly after that. Now, let's be real. Most business emails suck, especially cold emails. It only took me 15 minutes to land a new client because, well, most people don't know how to write an email, especially cold emails, especially business emails. Ugh, the worst. So here's the problem with cold emails or just business emails in general. They're too long, they're too generic, they're too eager, and they're trying way too hard to be clever. Worst of all, they show up out of nowhere with no context, just begging for time on your calendar. This morning, I looked at my calendar. Someone had sent me a calendar invite. They blocked an hour on my calendar. I don't even know who the person is or the event. Like, people are getting desperate out there. I know it's hard times, but like, seriously, don't book time on people's calendars. Anyway, if your outbound emails feel like interruptions, they're not going to work. But if your outreach shows up at the right time in the right way with something useful, well, now you've got a shot at a sale. So this episode is about how to write outbound emails that buyers actually respond to, especially when your content, ads, and campaigns are already doing the hard work of warming them up. All right, so the first thing you got to know is outbound is not dead, but lazy outbound kind of is. Now, cold email still works, but it only works when it's personal, relevant, and timed. Too many sales teams treat outbound like a volume game. Just spray the same pitch to 10,000 people and hope a few reply. And yeah, you might get a few meetings, but it's not a system. It's just spam with a quota. Now, what we're talking about is doing smart outbound email, rooted in buyer context and content strategy and timing. Now, what you have to do is start with what your buyer has already seen. So if you're running ads or campaigns and you're retargeting, there's a good chance your buyer already knows who you are. Maybe they'll recognize the name of your company. They've seen your logo. They might have read a headline. Maybe they clicked on a use case or skimmed a blog post. Whatever it is, when you send your first email, it should feel like it's part of an ongoing conversation, not a cold introduction. So for example, you can say, you may have seen our recent post on how a company like yours reduced onboarding time by 60%. I thought I would share the actual framework they used. See, that's relevant, that's specific, and it's not asking for a call. It's actually just offering value. Now, what you want to do is keep those emails short, useful, and buyer aware. Here's the structure I recommend for outbound emails. In the first line, it needs to be relevant. You need to prove you know who they are and what they're likely dealing with. Now, lines 2 through 3, that's where you offer value. What have you done for someone like them? What can you offer right now that's helpful? And line 4 is the CTA. It is not a pitch, it's a CTA. It's not a calendar link. It's just a soft, easy next step. Make it a no-brainer. Make it the easiest yes decision they have ever made. For example, you can say, hey, I saw you're hiring a platform engineer. Teams we work with usually hit scaling issues right around that stage. Want me to send over a quick case study from an industry peer or competitor or whatever? That's it. You're not selling. You're inviting. This email is a no-brainer yes. So this is what content does. It warms people up and it gives you like a reason to follow up. So let's say that you've already created case studies. You've done that, right? You've created case studies, right? Or do you need to hire us to do that for you? Let me know. Anthony at edifycontent.com. Anyway, you've already got these blog posts, case studies, diagrams, product walkthroughs. Use them. Write an email sequence. The first one is a light value intro. Second one, link to something useful. Case study, demo clip, integration guide, whatever. The third email, make it a nudge or a CTA. The fourth email, maybe say, not now, not interested right now. Close that email with an open-ended offer. It's not like, hey, book half hour with me. It's let me know if we can be helpful. Each message should either teach something or reinforce credibility or move the conversation forward. If it's not doing one of those things, don't send it. The best outbound emails don't feel like cold outreach. It should feel like someone is paying attention. It's like a helpful note from someone who knows the context and isn't just trying to force a pitch. Think of it, you're the guardian angel, you're the shoulder angel. Hey, here's a good idea. Here's what you need to do next. That's what buyers want. That's what they need. And when outbound is paired with aligned content, warm ads, and smart marketing campaigns, your emails they start converting faster. They work a lot better. This is part of what we build at Edify. We write outbound email sequences that work because they're built on a real go-to-market strategy. We help teams define the ICP and target accounts, warm them up with ads and content, track activity through CRM and ABM tools, and write smart, useful messages that feel like part of the buyer's journey, not a distraction from it. If your outbound is falling flat and you're not sure why, let's fix that. Send me an email, anthony@edifycontent.com. And in the next and final episode of this series, we're going to tie it all together, what a fully aligned sales and marketing engine actually looks like, and how to build one without adding chaos to your organization. As always, if you want to share what's working or not, leave a comment, send me an email, go to bettersalescontent.com or visit edifycontent.com. There's a million things you can do. Cool. See you in the next one.